We gather together under the shadow of difficult times, present and past. We've heard about the bushfires and what we can do to make a difference. And last week, the entire world acknowledged the 75th anniversary of the liberation of Auschwitz. And to some extent, as a response to the Holocaust, people with vision here in Melbourne set up a school. And now, 71 years later, we are proud to be part of Mount Scopus, dedicated to learning, to building Jewish identity, to creating a community which is diverse, inclusive, and accepting. And we can have all the dedication we want, but these things will only happen if you make them so. If you resolve to use this year to grow, to learn, to reach out. But of course, we are here not just at the beginning of a year. Now, some pedantic people like me would say technically the decade starts in 2021. But we can acknowledge a new number in the third digit of the year. And that only happens once every 10 years. And therefore, today we have an opportunity to look back and forward, not just in a matter of days and weeks and months or years, but a 10-year period. And we can think how far we have come in the last 10 years. In the case of some of our Year 4 students, they didn't exist 10 years ago, so that's quite a big change. But more importantly, we can think where we will be, who we will be, what we will have achieved in 10 years' time. Some of us will still be in school. Many of us will be out there in the world in 2030. And when we think about what we want to have achieved, we also need to think about how we're going to do that. In just over a week, we'll be celebrating Tu B'Shvat, the time when we say that trees and plants are 1 year older. And in many ways, it's a funny time of year to have this marker. In Israel, where the dates are designed for, it's just the end of the winter. It's the very, very beginning of spring. And the trees are not growing yet. And the new plants are not yet to be seen. But what we're celebrating on Tu B'Shvat is not what has happened, but what is yet to happen. We're celebrating not what the plants and the trees have realized and actualized, but what they have in potential. And we acknowledge that between now and their full flowering, the wind and the rain and the sun and the care that each person puts into the plants, that will determine what sort of agricultural year we will have in store. And it's the same with us. We can think about where we want to be at the end of this year or the end of this decade, but that will only come about based on the decisions that we make now and every day over this period of time. And those decisions and those actions, they will make the difference, and they will determine who we will be, where we will be, and above all, what we will have achieved for ourselves and for others. So I wish you a great year for every one of you, especially for Year 12 with your challenges and triumphs ahead. And I wish all of us a longer-term vision than that, for the next decade and beyond. And may it be that the decisions that we make and the actions that we take contribute in the most positive way to the people that we want to be. Thank you.